few months, you're going to hear a lot of outdoor photographers complaining about how difficult summer is for photography. And they've got a point, there's no denying that. The light is harsh, the golden hours are super early or tediously late, and locations are often packed with people. But I like to make a video like this every summer as a little antidote to the negativity, because summer photography can be a beautiful experience for a lot of reasons. Let me show you what I mean. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to start any beef here with anybody on YouTube. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, and I've got nothing but respect for somebody that's made it on YouTube. Trust me, I know how difficult it is. But my aim with this channel has always been to share the positive aspects of photography, which is exactly what I want to do with this video. So the first major plus to summer photography is the fact that you can just spend some time outdoors. I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel before, but the reason I actually took up photography to begin with wasn't because I had some innate interest in photography. It was actually because I wanted to spend more time outdoors. I found that I was craving adventure and wanted to get out to places, but I didn't really have a good reason to, if you know what I mean. Just simply going out wasn't reason enough for me. So I thought, well, if I'm going out to do something like photography with a cheap camera, then what better way to spend my time? And it just completely snowballed from there. And that's something I think is very easily forgotten when you just make getting an epic photo your main goal. The whole reason, the whole point in photography is that it's a passionate hobby that we can really enjoy. Yes, our goal is ultimately to get good photos, of course it is, but don't forget all the benefits that come along with doing photography, especially at this time of year. That is, of course, if you can live with all the bugs. So another thing that should be celebrated about photography at this time of year is the sheer lusciousness of everything. Now, I know there's a lot to be said for the beautiful colours of autumn, but it won't be long before we're there. In the meantime, the sheer greenery that you get in the summer, especially somewhere like the UK, can be viewed one of two ways. First of all, you can see it as messy, overgrown, too much green, or you can see it as an opportunity to truly represent what it is that's in front of you. If you have a little think about just how dreary and dead everything feels in winter, when you contrast it with summer, often I like to do this when I'm in the middle of winter, is look back at some of my summer pictures and be like, yeah, they are beautiful. Maybe at the time it felt like there was too much greenery around, but to many people across the world, whatever the conditions are in your particular country in the summer will be exotic to those people. Like to people who live somewhere very arid and dry, greenery in summer is something they don't really see. Whereas here, if we see, for example, where you live, the arid dryness, maybe a desert or something like that, to us, that's really exotic. Don't be afraid to share what it is that's beautiful about your area in the summer, because it really will be appreciated by at least somebody in your audience. It's funny, isn't it, how humans are drawn to different places. Some people are really drawn to the sea. Lots of people are drawn to the mountains. For me personally, I always find that I'm drawn to the woodlands. I don't know what it is about it. I just feel at home, like it's almost where I belong in a forest. Whenever it is, I feel like I need to refresh my mind or, you know, get myself in a good space. I know if I go to a forest, I'll just feel so much better in myself. Good thing about living in Wales is there's no shortage of mountains, sea or forests. I think it's a pretty tough place to beat. How far do you reckon I could skim this stone? That was a bit embarrassing. Last time I was in this exact location was last year when we had the hottest heat wave that the UK has ever had. And this, you could literally walk across this lake. Now look at it, it's completely full again. That's Wales for you. If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes, it'll soon change. But one of the reasons I came here last year in the summer was to do some scouting. Now this is quite a common thing that a lot of photographers will tell you, is that summer is a great time for scouting out locations for the seasons to come. Now that's not to say that you can't get good photos in summer, I've already talked about that. But being able to scout places out while the weather's nice and while you've got long days, lots of light to see locations, then you can make sure that when you come back in the later seasons, you know exactly where to go when you haven't got as much time because there's not as much light. And you can get there straight away, get your composition right, and you can nail that photo first time. A lot of the work that we put in now will pay off so much in the months to come. Is that a shot over there? No, just wishful thinking. Anyway. By the way, as somebody with such a tiny channel, it's really hard to build a following, as I'm sure you can imagine. So if you do want to subscribe, then I would really appreciate it. But if you don't, that's fine too. One little tip I would give you for summer photography, and when conditions aren't quite what you want them to be, is to really lean into storytelling. Now, storytelling is a much more important aspect to your photography than the conditions. Yes, conditions can make a big difference, but telling a good story is what will really make your photos stand out. So if you can find a distinctive subject or character during your summer photography, that can take it to the next level. I've really been trying to lean into that this year because, as you know, I love outdoor photography. Is what I spend most of my time doing. Being a country bumpkin, that's what I've got most access to. But I absolutely love street photography, where storytelling is something that's a bit easier to do. But if you are struggling with summer photography, try looking for stories to tell. You'll probably find it makes a big difference. Do you think I'm right about this? Do you think summer photography is something to be embraced rather than complained about? I might be completely wrong in talking about her backside. It has been known to happen. Let me know what you think down in the comments. A great thing about summer photography as well is just how early or late that you can do it. Now, that might be a disadvantage for some people. You know, getting up early out of bed isn't the nicest thing. But if you're a normal person like me with a day job and you can't just take a day off to go and do photography, then being able to do it before or after work and really get to enjoy it and indulge in it without having to rush it is oh so sweet at this time of year. When I'm finished here this morning, I can get changed, have some breakfast, go to work and not be late at all. And I've still managed to have a nice relaxed morning's photography. And then this evening, I can just crash out and go to sleep because I have no doubt after getting up at 4, I'm going to be pretty tired. In winter, you get up in the dark, go to work, go home in the dark. It's very difficult to do photography if you have a day job. Whereas this time of year, I mean, just take your pick when you go. It really is a great feeling being able to do that. And when I look back at photos that I've done in the past during summer, some of my favourite photos have been taken during summer. And I guarantee a lot of the people that complain about summer also have a lot of photos from summers that they really, really like. And that's the most important thing. It's not about the conditions, it's about getting out and doing the photos. That is what will make you a good photographer. I'll see you next time.